What's up, everyone? Do you recall this Venus flytrap feeding that I did midsummer? Well, this was a black widow spider that was eaten by my biggest specimen of Venus flytrap chupacabra. And this is what the plant looked like at the time of taking down that meal. You can see that it was in a full vegetative growth mode with very healthy traps that were large, and the petioles were launching the traps right up into the sky. But now, with the cold temperatures of winter setting in, a lot of those big leaves have started to die back, and the plant is definitely looking a lot more rough, but this is completely normal. The plant is just getting ready for its winter dormancy. But over this dormancy period, I don't want all this dead foliage in the pot, so I'm going to go ahead and clean it up by grabbing the leaves and gently pulling them out. A technique I like to use while pulling these leaves out is getting a firm grip on the leaf and pulling down and at an angle. I try to avoid pulling straight up as to avoid the possibility of pulling the plant out of the pot and ripping its roots. You could also use scissors to cut the leaves out if you don't want to yank on them. I do skip some leaves if they feel too firm as to avoid doing what I did right here. You see the little white fleshy material on the bottom of the leaf? That's the rhizomatic material, and I don't want to pull that out, so a lot of these ones I'll cut. But when this does happen, just stick it in a corner of the pot, as you might have the possibility of getting a propagation from the material. While cleaning the plant up, I also had an unexpected moment where a black widow spider carcass fell out of one of the old traps, and it kind of startled me and gave me a little bit of a jump scare. But for these Venus flytrap leftovers, not much remains. All that's left behind is the harder exoskeleton of the black widow spider, and the insides have been completely turned into liquid and absorbed by the trap. Now, when I'm cleaning up plants and I come across leaves like these ones that are discolored and I want to get rid of them but they haven't fully died back, I absolutely make sure not to pull on these and to use scissors to get these style of leaves out. You do not want to pull these, as you have a greater chance of ripping the plant out by the roots. You can see where I cut the discolored parts of these leaves out, but for this one, the flat part is still green, so I'm only going to remove the head so that that green part of the leaf can still remain as part of the plant. After giving the Venus flytrap a good clean out, here's what we got left over. Just a pile of old dead traps. Now that all that old foliage has been removed, all that remains is a beautiful Venus flytrap. Having a good clean pot of Venus flytraps like this over winter also helps cut down the possibility of any mold or bacterial growth, and it also helps little Venus flytraps like this one emerge. It's amazing to see that under all that old dead foliage, this amazing, healthy, robust Venus flytrap was just waiting to emerge. And now that it has, it's time for it to go back into its spot inside of the greenhouse. I'm really excited at even just the thought of what this plant is going to be capable of next season after it gets a good sleep for this winter dormancy. Now that that pot is done and clean, I have a lot of other Venus flytraps that need to get cleaned up as well, and I will do them exactly the same.